right, DLS, I have a quote for you today. It says, "The only vice that cannot be forgiven is hypocrisy. The repentance of a hypocrite is itself hypocrisy. Hypocrisy can afford to be magnificent in its promises, for never intending to go beyond promise. It costs nothing. Hypocrisy is the mother of all evil, and racial prejudice is still her favorite child." Why do I give this quotation? Because we're going to talk about John Dramani Mahama. Now, there's been a buzz about him trying to, get work done on the Volta Lake. Volta Lake is one of the biggest man-made lakes in the world. We'll give you a backstory to that. Not yet. Stay tuned and you're going to find out a little bit of the Volta Lake in Ghana. But this idea, people are saying, was the original, birth child of Cheddar, Nana Kwame Bediako. So people are saying, is it that he's working with Nana Bediako behind the scenes and we don't know, or he's just stealing Nana Bediako's ideas? We're going to delve into that. So yeah, Volta Lake, I think we all know Volta. We all grew up in Ghana. So yeah, can anybody give us a backstory for our viewers who do not know what the Volta Lake is about?
The Volta Lake is, I hear now, is the second largest man-made lake in the... Is the second.
You sure it's the second? It's not the first?
It used to be the...
Before.
Yeah, some countries
in
East Africa somewhere, they get a new one.
It used to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's
man. All right, cool.
The last time I checked, it's the second man-made lake in the world, and it's also home to Ghana's biggest hydroelectric dam that supplies power to the whole of Ghana. The other sources, but that's the major one, and it's a huge lake that spans from the eastern part of Ghana, somewhere in the middle, all the way to the sea down south. So yeah, that's basically the Volta Lake.
Yeah, and it's pretty much not being utilized for national interest, right? It's been there forever, and then poof, suddenly Mr. John Dramani Mahama says he's going to revitalize it so it becomes a national treasure. We're going to be using that for transportation, which Cheddar was talking about. I think people kept making fun of him, thinking he's like delusional, but we're back to square one. Mr. S, what do you think?
The proof is in the pudding.
Or the pudding is in the truth.
Yes.
No.
Well,
I get it. Do you think he's stealing his ideas, or he's
No,
working backstage with Cheddar?
I'm a believer of learning from people. So it doesn't matter. I won't say stealing. I say he's learning, because at the end of the day, that country, we need it, right? But somebody needs to start. It has been in our body politics conversations every now and then, but nobody is willing to start. So Cheddar, yes, amplified it. We followed, we were like, yeah, if this guy becomes the president, it's possible. We know, because we've seen it done in other countries. So for Mahama to take the step and say, even if he copied, right, or he's learning from him, it is a good step, because that is what the country needs. That lake, river, or whatever you call it, has been it's just there. We've not, apart from the hydro dam or whatever, we've not utilized it for any other thing, right? Maybe the people that live, they're living
like tiny boats for like fishing
boats but it's a huge opportunity, right? It's a huge
economic
river
potential.
There's so much we can do with it. So for me, I'm happy that somebody is trying to push the boat, at least start the engine and start moving.
All right, Mr. L, do you think this is classic hypocrisy by the Ghanaian, masses as a whole? Or do you think it was just because Cheddar was young, people did not take him seriously?
Yeah, I think it a bit of hypocrisy, and I think a bit of just blind party loyalty, because what is happening now during the campaign, right?
It's just
politics. What he's intending to do, we can say, is a major aspect of is a major part of his rule, his 4-year rule. It's not something small. But why didn't they talk about it in their manifesto or when they were campaigning? And all of a sudden you're in power and your attention shifts to that point. But we do know that there was a candidate who was always hammering on expanding our rivers, dredging, and especially exactly.
sea
Using
transportation.
the
Yeah.
how do you call it, the Volta Lake, especially for irrigation, for tourism, for industrialization, and all that. So yeah, looking at it, we can see that it's definitely borrowed. It's a borrowed idea, which is not bad because Cheddar himself said that it doesn't matter if it's he himself. He just wishes that anyone who takes power would use his idea. So on that note, that's there's nothing wrong with it. But on the hypocrisy, I think yes, it's a bit of hypocrisy here because the same people who are saying crucify him as a way to speak are the ones now hailing the new sort of plan from the current president. So yeah, there's a bit of hypocrisy there.
Yeah, it's very fascinating because I remember he had this sit down with Belamundi, right? And he pretty much elaborated on his
Right.
idea and plan for the Volta Lake. So we all remember like he went to multiple like radio stations. So every time the same question. What's all the so if you are crying about Kumasi? Like you did bring the sea to Kumasi. It was like it was
Sarcastic in a
it was
way.
almost like it was like a pun. It was like a joke. Exactly, they were all making fun of him. It got
They
to
were
a
making
point, I
mockery
think-
of him.
Exactly. It got to a point he actually even got tired of it because he said at one point that he's been answering the same questions over and over. Does anybody have a new question to ask, right? But the hypocrisy that I'm talking about is we can watch both videos side by side. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama made the announcement, it was right. Everybody was
Applauded, yeah.
clapping. When Cheddar said the same exact thing, everybody was like, he's a joke. He's like,
Mocking.
what is he talking about? So it's pretty interesting to see these like new transformation or new whatever of people. It's like now it's okay, yeah, it's possible, right? We're gonna support you to do it. So I just don't get it. But then again, let's see. Under the 24-hour program, this is what Mr. Mahama said: the Volta Basin will be repositioned as a natural production zone and logistics artery. The plan envisions cultivating over 2 million hectares of arable lakeside land, developing the lake's vast fisheries potential, establishing industrial parks along the corridor focused on processing agricultural output and manufacturing key industrial products. So all these, like I said, is something that Cheddar kind of, in a nutshell, put across. So he said in the medium term, it will rebalance the geography of industry, allowing investors to site factories beyond the congested coast. The logistics transformation will require one, new floating assets, construction of lake ports, creation of long-term concession frameworks in partnership with the VRA and private investors. Now, it goes on blah, 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 blah. Now, the question I'm going to ask is, can he do it within his 4-year term? Because that was one thing a lot of people were talking about, that Cheddar was saying all these things, and how long was it going to take him to do it? People were saying, is it going to be 10 years? Is it going to be 20 years? Because people were asking him to give a timeline, a definite timeline for that vision to be achieved. Do you think John Dramani Mahama can do it in his 4-year term?
With this modern technology, as in building equipment and stuff, and the know-how of these groups that are into this kind of projects, I think they can do it within this 3-year frame. But the thing is, we know our government, and they hardly pay. I know I have friends that have done projects till date. They've not really fully received their money, both international companies and local companies, right? So the question still stands: when and how would they be able to pay and get it done within the 3 years frame? Or he just said it bluntly, maybe they will start at the end of his tenure, or the next government. There was no time frame on it. So I don't think with the state in which the country is financially wise, they can do that huge project in the space of 3 years. I don't think so. It will be like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like the way they've done to our airport. Yeah, the phases. Yeah. So I think it cannot be done if you look at the way we've gone about our project and stuff in Ghana. I don't think it can be done.
Slow
But hey,
motion.
he just came into power. I said just about 6 months gone. Let's wait and see.
All right, so does this vindicate Cheddar, Mr. L? Does it really show that he was not delusional as a lot of people were making him seem? Is it a
before
vindication
you
of
go.
his 12 pillars? that
Yes,
everything he
it is.
said was not crazy. It's all feasible.
No,
It's all achievable.
You know why people were clapping when Mahama said it?
Mm-mm.
You know, sometimes somebody knows you are the best, but they find it difficult to admit that you are the best.
Mhm.
And the same thing that they know that you've said somewhere, they will go and clap somebody for it.
Mhm.
But the person is going to do just half of what they know you can do.
Mm.
And that is our attitude. And I've always said this here, that the problem we have, if we are going to develop as a country, we have to separate party politics to reality
Mhm.
on the ground.
Mhm.
Until we are able to do this, other people will come, bring brilliant ideas that we need to give them power
Mhm.
to get it done, so that the whole country will benefit. But because of that particular thing, we will keep separating stuff, and they'll pick one here, then hey, he will do it. No, but you were watching.
Yeah.
Alo okwe,
Okay.
you know.
All right, Mr. Els, what do you
You
think?
know?
Is it like a crystal clear vindication that Cheddar was not crazy, quote unquote? He was not delusional. He had a vision which was crystal clear as day, but people just probably thought he was too young, or he's just, blabbing to the wind. Is it a
It's
clear
definitely a
vindication that he was right?
vindication because, like I said before, he was the only one who was talking about this during the campaign. Nobody else was talking about it. So yeah, but if you look at the Volta, right, like we said earlier, it's not like there's no activity going on because I know for sure, and I've even taken that ferry. There are some ferries on it that move into the Volta region, the OT area. So you have the Dodi Princess, and these carry people and also sometimes and goods as well. So from Akosombo you can actually take, but that's basically it. And there are a few like tourist businesses that have like some yachts and things like that on it, but it's not on a large scale. But yeah, all in all, I think that's exactly what Cheddar was preaching. And since nobody was talking about it during the
Yep.
campaign, and now they're in power, they're using the same idea. It just means that they are taking his idea, and it's a vindication of the vision that Cheddar had for that place.
Mhm. 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 All right, last word. Do you guys think this gives Cheddar a really good positioning come the next election, like next general election?
It's a big yes. It's a big yes.
Mhm.
He can reference
Yeah.
it every single time on his campaign, right? He can point a finger. Listen, I said this. Go back and check the records. They make mockery of me, but when they came into power, they started it. It means that most of the things
Yeah.
I'm saying can be done,
And they know.
and they know exactly, and they know. So he doesn't. For me, if I were him, I would just sit there like that. Okay, thank you for starting. You've given me one weapon. And then keep waiting, because most of the things he has said, I keep repeating my words. Unless you've traveled, and if you traveled, you want to see what you want to see, you can tell what Kwame was telling us, right? That all these things can be done. No country, Leo just mentioned it, no country develops just by roads. You need to do your roads, and then you use your water at the same time. That is the only way you can develop, and develop fast, right? So he should wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
just say
Last take. Does he play to his base? Is it a good thing happening in his base? It bolsters the confidence, because people are gonna be like, okay,
I think
Whatever he said
definitely
was
yes, definitely yes. And he in the background they're going to be taking notes, because every political party they'll be working now until election time to take notes of what is being done in government and all that. But then my last comment I want to make is about how, when you ask about if they are going to be able to achieve it in 4 years. Actually, it's 3.5 years, because they've already done 6 months. Yeah, and the last year
Yep,
is usually
6
for
months,
campaign.
6
So
months.
let's just say 2.5 years. So I think that such a thing can be done that quickly. I mean, Ghana is not at the country at the level of China, South Korea, Japan, where we can say we're doing something in 2 years and we achieve it. But at least he should start it. Just start. They should stop the talking. And nobody is saying that. We all know that the government doesn't have money for all these things. It's impossible. They should involve the private sector. And when I say private sector, not just foreign investors, but even local investors. We have the Cheddars, we have the how do you call it? Sorry, the Dangotes. Yes, McDonald's and this guy who, all these people, right?
Shatawale.
We can start with tourism, create tourism around that place, and then later you start with maybe farming, irrigation, and later and whilst that is going on, you have industrial parks also coming in, because there are some industries that need water, right? So the industries that need water for chemicals and stuff, they can sit up close to the river, so it can be done in phases. And that's the problem we have finally, that we don't have a development plan. So they will start it, a new government comes, they kick it aside and start something totally irrelevant. So if we have a 10-year plan, 15-year plan, no government will have any option but to continue from where the previous government left off. So even if it takes 10 years, then we will have it eventually. But where they will start and a new government comes and says, oh, it was a rubbish policy, we are coming in with something new, then we're going to have big projects all over the place. But finally, I'm just happy that he set up a development committee to develop a development plan for Ghana, and they are trying to enshrine it in our constitution. So hopefully when they submit to Parliament and they pass it, let's hope that finally we can have some development plan for every government that comes in. But until that is done, I just think they should start, and hopefully someone will come and continue.
All right, over to you guys now. Comment section. Let us know, did President Mahama I don't want to use the word steal. He's the president of the land. He deserves more respect. Did he borrow? We can say borrow, right? Yeah, did he tap into that idea? Did he borrow the idea from Cheddar's campaign? Or do you think he's working with Cheddar behind the scenes that we didn't know about? I mean, that's a possibility, right? He could be working with Cheddar. I mean, why not? So yeah, let us know in the comment section, and we'll see you on the next episode. DLS out.